get him once, Jane? I don't know when.
Yeah, then the name for it, isn't
Oh, there's no one of it. That's
There's two on, look. There's three there. There's one up there.
Yeah, I got him.
And there's two. Look at him.
Oh,
It's good, Jim. Oh, there's three there.
yeah, I thought it was like one big one. Oh, look at him though, he's sleeping, not. It's definitely. It's not like the one on the bush there though.
Remember when the new party opens in the back? I'm sure they were down there.
Oh, look at Davey's and the baby looks like the rest. Yeah.
Remember the ones we see in Peyton They have got the brains for it, so...
I've always seen them on the
Oh, scum. Okay, now when you come to Fairfield, you know.
Yeah, Fairfield does on stuff. Yeah. I can't believe we did that for me yesterday. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Passing the blade
Still
now.
bruising. I knew you did it. Look where the line is where you're... That, you like... Oh my god. Oh, I love my arm. Oh, I love it.
Look at this check, let me put this check first. Sen like lite kicken.
Yeah. I said, went over there long.
Oh, brilliant. It's Roma. Yeah. Well, it's like Roma. Yeah. Brilliant, thanks. That's all right. Sorry to be... I just seen them on all...
You tell me when you're ready to leave. Oh, no.
Similar.
Yeah. I think they're a bit confused. I don't know where they're going. Oh. They had a good stretch, wasn't they? I should imagine though, he's got big teeth to come slow.
That's not too bad. That's okay.
Another 53 calls. Oh, do you? Yeah, like.
So while driving around today, guys, we're going to be seeing a number of different animals. We've got donkeys, horses, alpacas, llamas, goats, pigs, lots of rare breed sheep, and also our red deer. So I'll do my best to print all of these out for you and hopefully tell you a little bit of information about each one.
The donkey is you. It's you. It's you.
Oh, donkeys.
So the first animals that we're going to be seeing here on the right hand side, we've got some of our coloured Ryland sheep. Coloured Ryland sheep are one of the oldest English breeds of sheep, dating all the way back to the 7th century. And they're also joined by some of our donkeys. So we've got Darcy and Bonnie, the two slightly bigger donkeys. They're in the first paddock, and then we've also got little Chocky in there as well, who is our miniature donkey. Chocky is a slightly different breed to the others, which is why he's so much smaller than the other two. If you've already met Alice, Roberta and Dixie today over in the Jolly Barn, some of our other donkeys, Chocky is actually their dad. We've then got some of our Jacob sheep here on my right hand side, and on my left hand side you'll see we've got some of our Dorset sheep. On my right here then we have got Larry, our llama, in this field. So he's just lying down in the shade towards the left of the paddock. So once we pass these trees here on my right, you should be able to see him a bit better. A lot of people do get llamas and alpacas mixed up. They are really similar and they're part of the same families, although llamas are slightly bigger than alpacas. And our Larry llama there is just turned out with some of our grey-faced Dartmoor sheep, which is one of our rarer breeds of sheep. We've then got Emily, our Shire horse, there in that field shelter. She stands at about 18 hands and she's now fully retired at 25 years old. And she gets kept company by Rupert and Bruno, the two Exmoor ponies that you can see in there with her. Keep your eyes peeled on my left hand side. We have got our 4 pig paddocks here, so we won't see probably all of our pigs today as they are really lazy and quite antisocial, but we might see 1 or 2 and we'll have another look when we come up the other side. But there are 4 out here altogether. On my right hand side we have got some of our Ballowin sheep. The Ballowin sheep are native to Wales and they're Welsh mountain sheep and they're quite a hardy breed. On the right there then, the next paddock over, you'll be able to see 2 more of our alpacas and then also some of our Dorset sheep there as well. We've got 5 alpacas out here altogether, and then as well as the 5 that we have out here, we have also got another 2 over in the Jolly Barn as well. This is the first year that we've actually ever kept alpacas in the Jolly Barn, so it's quite new to the animals and also new to us as well, but they seem to be settling in really well. On my right hand side you'll see we've got a nice big field here. This was especially built for our red deer. The red deer are native to Britain and they're Britain's largest species of deer, and we've got a nice big herd of 25 females in there all together. You'll see majority of them there lying down at the bottom of the field. You'll also probably notice some of the deer's coats are slightly darker than the others. That's because they've actually been swimming today. So the ones with the darker coats, their coats are actually wet because they've been swimming in that bottom pond, which is really lovely to watch when they do it. On days like today where the sun's out, they do take full advantage of it to cool themselves down. In amongst our herd of red deer, we've also got a hand-reared deer named Harriet in there, who's really, really friendly, and she sometimes runs up alongside the tractor to see if we have any food for her. On my left, you'll see our baggots in this field here. And then the next field above that, then we've also got some of our pygmy goats in here. We've got lots of pygmy goats here at Folly Farm. They're one of the smaller breeds of goats and probably the naughtier breeds as well, as they're so small they think they can get away with everything, and they tend to try and fit underneath all the gates to try and escape, which is quite funny. But we've got quite a few of them in there along with some of this year's kids, and we've also got some over in the Jolly barn as well. On my right hand side we've got some of our Herdwick sheep in this field. So the Herdwick sheep are actually native to the Lake District, and we've got some of this year's Herdwick lambs in there as well. The lambs are actually born with completely black wool, and their wool then lightens as they get older, and eventually they'll have completely white legs and faces like you'll see some of the ewes have there. Their wool is quite coarse and it's quite hard to dye, so it's usually used for things like carpets. And they're also joined by two more of our donkeys in that field as well. All in all, between all of our equines, which is our donkeys, horses and our mule, we've got about 23 equines here all together, which keeps our farrier nice and busy. Although our equines are not shod, they all do have regular visits from our farrier to get their hoofs trimmed. On my left hand side you'll see the middle paddock here, and we've actually got 4 Shetland ponies in there, and also Martha, our mule, as well. She is the dark bay that's near the top of the field. She's our only mule that we have here at Folly, and she's crossed between a donkey and a horse, and she gets on really well with our Shetlands. As well as the 4 Shetlands that we have out here, we have also got another 4 over in the Jolly barn as well, including Scooby, our Shetland pony stallion. We've also got 4 rams in that field on my left too. We've got a Baldwin ram, a Herdwick ram, a badgered-faced ram, and also a Jacob ram. The Jacob ram that we have in there actually has 4 horns on his head, so the Jacobs are able to grow anything from 2 all the way up to 6 horns on their head. And that one in there has 4, and both the females and the males can grow horns, so it's not just the rams that have them. We have also got a piggery available for you to visit today, which is just located over on the left hand side there in the big red barn. So if you haven't already been over there and you'd like to see some more of our pigs, we've got about 20 piglets in there at the moment for you to see, from Ruby and Ginny, the 2 mums, and also Winston, our Welsh boar. And then these guys on my left here, the last animals we'll see, these are our Valious black-nosed sheep, and they're considered to be the cutest sheep in the world, and they originate from Switzerland. And we've also got another 3, including our hand-reared Valious black-nose, over in the Jolly barn as well. That will then finish off our ride for today on the land train, guys. Thank you all very much for coming along. If you've got any questions for me, you can ask me now at the end of the ride. And if I could just ask you all to stay seated for me until I bring the tractor to a stop. And I hope you all have a lovely afternoon at Folly Farm.
Yeah, I got it.
We're going round. Come on then. Oh, I'm doing this question as well.